Hi, what's the problem with HR? So many people complain about it, and yet it seems that companies, once they reach a certain size, can't live without HR. To understand the mystery of human resource management, let's project ourselves into the Middle Ages, when, once upon a time, a courageous knight is searching for a place to build his new castle. He discovers a site surrounded with plenty of woods, rocks, fields, rivers, and so on. This is his marketplace, and the resources he needs to build a successful business are right there. His business plan is to build a castle. He has the money and plenty of ideas. He is now the CEO. Business prospects look good, and he soon needs help. So he goes and looks for people. He convinces them to join his quest to build a magnificent castle. These are the pioneers, the first knights, the first employees. The company is in a startup mode. Employees are motivated and excited to see the progress the business is making. At every success, employees are invited to celebrate. They feel recognized and rewarded. Nothing can affect their enthusiasm. The castle progresses well, but the CEO needs more people. He's now very busy with important business issues, so he delegates the recruitment to other managers or employees. With so many new employees, new senior managers have now been hired. They bring in new habits, new culture too. The charisma of the founder CEO and his first managers become less visible. Some first-generation employees are less enthusiastic. Some even walk away, while most adapt to their new environment. They start seeing some cracks in the village, but they can live with it. One day, two employees who work side by side and trained together made a curious discovery. "I'm tired," says one. "I'm going to relax in my jacuzzi." "Jacuzzi?" says the other one. "How come you have a jacuzzi? I only have a poxy studio apartment." It seems they uncovered the first inconsistencies in employment terms and conditions. So he complained to his manager, and very soon his complaint ended up on the desk of the CEO, along with many others. "Why does he have a bigger office and not me? Why does she have a laptop and I only have a desktop? Why does he have a higher bonus than I?" You name it. And the CEO, by having to deal with all these people-related issues, has now very little time left to do business. He started realizing that without a proper framework to answer all these questions, he was soon going to be overwhelmed by it. Early one morning, the employees awoke to find that there are inconsistent rules everywhere. They don't understand why some have and some have not. Without proper management, the village and castle was drowning in waste. The managers were faced with the heritage of the past. A good old past made of many ad hoc decisions on things like bonus, salary, you name it. They became overwhelmed by the numerous complaints and requests. Employees and managers needed to understand the company people, policies and practices. But the CEO and his senior management team were unable to deal with each individual issue on a case-by-case basis while still guiding the business. After having delegated all these issues to the CFO, who ended up in the same situation as the CEO a few months later, it was decided to create a new position in order to manage the people-related issues raised in the village. That's how they hired their very first human resource manager. With dedicated and competent management, chaos could make way for order. However, not if the CEO and the HR manager make the fatal mistake of confusing the role of human resource manager with the role of the mayor of the city. Let me explain. Because the CEO is too happy to be back in business and enjoying time on the castle again, he often ends up leaving the HR manager with the responsibility of making the decisions over the problems of the city. In other words, making the decisions on most of the people-related issues of the company. But in fact, it doesn't matter, because the moral of this tale is that the real HR manager is the line manager. Why did the CEO hire an HR manager? To acquire expertise in fields of activities that he originally managed himself, such as organization design and resourcing, performance management, competence management, or reward management. The role of HR is to advise on people-related issues in the company, propose guiding principles and policies to address these issues, and last but not least, ensure consistency in the way these principles and policies are implemented. But it is not the role of HR to decide on these guiding principles and policies. It's the role of the management team, the senior management team, and ultimately of the CEO. In this way, the final decisions on city regulations will be owned by the mayor of the city with the city council, i.e. the CEO with the senior management team, of which the HR manager is part.